Oh,
Hey.
wow. Jeez. Brace.
So-
Seems light.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
How much post-op are you?
I'm about 8 weeks post-op.
Oh, so you're still PT?
Still, yeah, doing PT and
How you feeling?
getting through it. I'm all right.
You swollen?
I'm all right. Still pretty swollen.
Yeah, I can tell.
So,
I didn't.
Yeah.
No offense.
yeah, no, I mean it's been an interesting process.
We gotta get you a toe pitch.
Yeah,
Topic just he's moving. He's
Is
ready
he?
to go.
need some encouragement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
Drew, take the honors there. First question, bud.
Gallo, that's
Wow.
giving up the mic.
If this is about Topic's recovery, then I'm gonna say it's
I'd like to know
selfish.
about just looking back at the last matchup with Denver. It was a long time ago. Both teams have learned a ton about their personnel, and there were so many circumstances that were different as far as like who was out for Denver. But they did play a zone that was pretty effective against Shea in that game. Shea had 8 turnovers. I don't know if there's something that you guys have learned since then about the zone specifically and like how to attack it that like gives you more confidence going into today's game.
We've seen it the most in the league, if not the most, like top 2 or 3,
Yeah.
which is a couple years running. So we're getting a lot of exposure to it. Not nightly, but close. You know, teams are flipping it out there. It's usually a compliment. Usually it's because the offense goes pretty good, and then they use it as a curveball. That was the case that night. I don't think they went the game expecting to play that much. And you know, our job is to, you know, as they try to change the rhythm of the game, pivot with that and get to our attacks very quickly, which I think we've done to mixed results. Obviously that night was early, but like Cleveland on the road, they zoned us in the 4th quarter. We had a hard time with it. We didn't attack it very well. Next time we played them at home, we attacked it great. I do think our efficiency against zone, I could be wrong on this, is pretty good relative to the rest of the league, so we've attacked it pretty well. I think it gets a little, you know, if you miss a couple open shots, it happened last game. Who did we play last game? Portland. You know, they zoned us in the 3rd, similar. You know, the offense was going pretty good, and you get like 2 open corner threes and you miss them. And it's like, if you get that against man, you feel good about it. If you miss them against zone, it feels different. So it's getting the team conditioned to working through that. But I like where we're at with all the attacks that we're going to need.
And then your first time with Hardenstein against Jokic.
Yeah.
Like what elements are you hoping to see with him defensively?
Well, he's guarded him before. He's guarded guys like him. This is one of the qualities that he's really good with is kind of those point of attack post players. And so we'll see how it goes. I mean, Jokic isn't a guy that you can just like line up and single cover the whole game. Obviously, he's made a habit of knocking you out of that. So we're going to need a 5-man defense against him. But Hart at the point of attack is, you know, certainly a nice place to start.
Yeah, Coach, you got 2 games here back to back against a really high quality opponent. Getting later in the year, is it kind of good to kind of get into this mode where you have like one team close together, high quality team as you get into the playoff season?
Yeah, I mean, we can't control the schedule, but we'll use it to our advantage, you know, and to our benefit. So play the game today, do the best we can for our best punch, and then we get the same opponent tomorrow. Both teams will go back to the drawing board to a degree and make some slight adjustments and play the game tomorrow, and that certainly has the same feel as a playoff series. So we'll take advantage of those reps since they're available to us, but we never want to force that either. You know, we're just taking the next challenge in front of us. Next challenge is today, and we'll start with that and then play from there.
Well, I don't know if you consider him really an actualized team. I know it's a term you used before. But with a team like that, who won a championship 2 years ago, what experiences has your team maybe picked up, or attributes that your team has picked up since last year that you feel suits it, being an actualized team similar to that?
I think they are because, you know, they've got continuity. They've been together for a long time, at least the core of their team. The style that they play hasn't changed very much over time. You know, I don't say that as an insult. You know, it's the continuity of their style. They really understand how they want to play, and they have great chemistry in that. It does make it easier to integrate new players. So obviously they've turned their roster over a little bit since then. But guys like Brown and Watson have come in, Westbrook, you know, those guys have come in and kind of fit right in, which I think is a compliment to the continuity that they've built. and as it relates to us, that's the goal. You know, is to have continuity not only with personnel but continuity with the way we play, the way we operate, and it makes it easier for us to integrate, you know, new players, be that rookies or guys like Caruso and Hartenstein. So, you know, we're trying to be on that track as well. But we have high respect for Denver.
Sort of following up on Andrew's question about Hartenstein guarding Jokic, but this is the first like major challenge you guys have had since the All-Star break with both those guys healthy, of Chet and Hart. What are you sort of looking forward to, I guess, seeing both those guys in that challenge against Jokic, whether it be one-on-one or having two bigs on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, interested to see what it looks like. You know, it's a tall task. He's obviously a great player, and to your point, we haven't seen a lot of the like point of attack bigs lately, just the way the schedule's broken. So, you know, I'm interested to see it against that, and you know, we'll learn something. It may not be perfect, but we've gotten good reps against perimeter-oriented teams with those guys on the court together, and now we're going to get some reps against a team that obviously, you know, has a point of attack big, and also, you know, guys that are really good around the paint. It's not just, you know, him. It's Gordon. It's Westbrook. It's Watson. Those guys are all Najee. You know, those guys are athletic and they're impactful around the basket.
Anybody else for Coach? Okay, thank you,
All right,
Coach.
thanks.
Thanks, Mark.